So we are live. Good morning and welcome to healthierlife.tv. My name's Paul Bursey. My co-presenter is...
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Warren Connolly.
You're going to love this. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. And here's the headline. Why you, meaning everyone, why you may have brain fog. Okay. So it's an interesting one. I've got to say, I've always heard of brain fog. I had a good idea what it was, and I probably was right. However, there's some things I didn't know. So, first of all, brain fog is not a medical condition. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, because it's a consequence of a collective of symptoms, possible symptoms of conditions, are conditions in themselves.
Yeah. So the question I've got is it self-inflicted?
Be careful with that one, because people will tell you no, right straight out the block.
Think about it. Think about it, because if you delve down into it a little bit, then it appears that it could be some of it. Some of it's self-inflicted, and you can, because of your mindset or your attitude or however you feel, you can make it worse. So yeah, I suppose it's part physical, part mental, and I would say self-inflicted, getting worse, probably, yes, up to a point, but would you say it's more about overwhelm and overload? The too much works against you and it affects your ability to think clearly, for want of a better word.
Yeah, I'd say this is indicative of modern day society, right? I was having this conversation with a client the other day before we decided what subject matter to talk about today, and how people wear it with like a badge of honor, that they're burning the candle at both ends.
Oh, yeah. Terrible.
Slugging away and working hard and proud of the fact that I'm a strong, hard worker, and I sweat my guts off in front of the computer or doing whatever I do.
I'd rather be consistent.
Yeah, just work consistent. Yeah,
yes.
And consistency that's independent. You tailor that based on your own needs, your own abilities, your own capabilities.
Yeah,
there's no point in burning the candle at both ends and working till midnight every night.
No, that's right. I mean, to be fair, I did go to bed at 2:30 a.m. because I was on a webinar. but I've kept it down to at the maximum once a week, maximum. So it doesn't. I'll still get 6-7 hours in. Just means I get up a little bit later. So I described brain fog as this: the lights are on, but nobody's home, or nobody wants to be home at that particular time. So,
the wheel's still turning, but the hamster's dead.
The hamster's there, but the wheel's gone. Brain fog to me means that you just want to shut down. You can't take any more of what's happening. Would that be fair?
I think that's a great example of looking at it, because you're not necessarily thinking that this is why you're having those symptoms, is because your body and your mind is trying to tell you that.
Yeah.
That because you can't see the woods for the trees, you're not thinking that like that. But this is what's happening, really. You just need to shut down and just sleep or rest, recover.
Yeah, that's right.
From whatever it is that you're doing.
You're right. Rest and relaxation, recuperation are very, very important things. And the other thing I found was that I don't suffer from brain fog. Right? Reason being is because I don't work hard. No, I'm not joking. No, but basically because I take plenty of breaks, do plenty of exercise. Like I went out walking yesterday 4 or 5 times. I have breaks. I don't let things get on top of me. Deal. Go on.
Even in spite of the fact that Paul has an injury, folks, he still went out for a walk.
5.
multiple times.
Yeah.
In spite of the fact that he has an injury.
I just didn't run. It's the jarring of the running. So what I've got a problem
because people will make excuses. Yeah. Oh, I have
No. I mean, I specifically went out. I had some things to do. I would do one thing, then came back, did a little bit more work, went out again, did the second thing, and I did it on purpose. So, but
good for you.
Brain fog is a weird thing. Now, a lot of people suffer from it. As you say, it's a combination of things. It could be that you're confused about something. It could be that you're just a disorganized person. Whereas, if you're organized, maybe what happens during my day may not affect me, but someone who's disorganized, maybe the same things would affect them. There's no exact science here. So, it's a discussion. And it's going to be different for everyone,
But this is why it is a good discussion, because, like you say, that you could be confused. But why are you confused? Are you confused because you're not getting enough sleep? And that causes confusion. Are you confused because you're stressed out? Or you're teetering on anxiety and depression, and that can cause confusion. Are you confused because a combination of the two?
I think the confusion I was thinking of probably was more to do with, I don't know why this is happening. And they've got to the stage where they actually have to investigate themselves to find out a little bit more about their lifestyle and what is affecting them. Why is this happening? I always think as well that if you are totally focused on what you want to do, okay, and adding breaks in during the day, you won't have too many problems. Now, however, there are things that happen, and everyone's situation is different, and there could be some real major things going on in your life that, added together with everything else, is what's causing this problem. Okay, so if there's a big main problem, I'm not going to go into any details because it's going to be different for everyone. You need to deal with that, and if you need to feel upset and down and whatever for a little while, then go away and do that. Because that's important to your recovery. Sometimes people keep things inside, bottle it up, and it's like a pressure cooker waiting to go, And
but once you've gone through that, don't have a pity party.
No, that's right.
Just do it, have it, experience it, and then get through it.
Well, what you have to do is identify what's going on with you. That's what you need to do, and you may need to speak to someone, or you can do it with, being coming within yourself and thinking about it logically.
I think the dog downstairs suffers from brain fog.
Yeah, he's lucky he's not been assassinated.
Yeah, he's very lucky.
All these years.
Yeah.
He's part of the show now. He's a member.
Whether I put my earphones on or not, it makes no difference. I just leave them off now because you still hear it. So we'll hear them.
I actually think going back to brain fog for a minute. I think that one of the things you can do is turn your phone off, okay, or turn it on silent, but turn it off. Have an hour where you don't have anyone phoning you, contacting you on social media or anything else. The other thing you do is turn the internet off as well, because you could be using a laptop, and just chill out. Go and have a cup of tea. Go and sit outside in the sun. Read a book. Go for a little walk.
Great tip.
Break up the day. All right. So I think that's. But I think
change your patterns.
Change your patterns, and breaking up patterns works in all sorts of things.
Yes.
And I used to do breaking up patterns when I was doing police work, because you've got a situation that's becoming hairy. So what you do, you break it up. You ask a really weird question. It's a distraction, and that's what we need sometimes. Not the distractions that put you off doing your laser focus stuff, but distractions that are nice distractions.
Put some nostalgic music on for a bit and just
I'll get upset then.
No, I'm talking about like it's like maybe nostalgic music is like the 90s or the 80s, the type of music that's nostalgic. That reminds me of when I was a kid, or some 70s rock, heavy metal, something like that. Put that on. That's a great distraction for you, because it's creativity, it's music, it's vibration. It lifts you up, inspires you by listening to music. And then listen to that for 10, 15 minutes, come back, and then bang.
Absolutely. So hopefully people listening to this will know exactly what I mean, and maybe they can comment in the comments and let us know how they're feeling and how it's affected them. And maybe you can put it into words, maybe you can't. Who knows?
I'd like to know how many people that are listening to this practice sleeping, those cat naps that you and I talk about.
Oh, yeah. Power naps.
Yeah. If I feel I'm getting brain fog, I just go have a power nap. Sometimes I just need to lie down and just close my eyes. I don't even have to sleep. Just close my eyes for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Sit back up again, and I'm done.
You probably could do the same with a little bit of a dance. Who knows? I don't know. But what I can say is that brain fog is unwanted. All right. Whatever it is to you, it's unwanted. So what is brain fog? Another name. I've got another name for it. Total wipeout. Temporarily. A change of pace. So, but I think some of the things that people get when they have brain fog, excuse me, is things like disinterest. You get disinterested in what you're doing, and that's why you need a break. It could be something to do with tiredness. It could be something to do with just being weary. You could be exhausted.
Yeah.
I mentioned confusion earlier, and that could be something. Lethargy, another one. Being just washed out, and needing a little break. It's a debility. A very temporary debility. Okay?
Debilitating.
Yeah, it could be a mental weakness. It could be a physical weakness. Again, albeit temporarily. And that's fine. What you need to do, and this is the big thing now, is switch off. Right? Take a break. All right? Now, brain fog is a symptom of cognitive dysfunction. Ooh. Or, to put it in our terms, I bloody had enough. But you can't, the thing with brain fog, you can't pigeonhole it. All right? You can't, because it's different for everyone. What will it also affect? Okay? Your passion, your drive, your concentration, your memory, how alert you are. You are basically not yourself at that particular time, and you need to do something about it instead of just wallowing in it like a lot of us would do.
It's very easy to do that, right?
Oh, yeah, big time, And it's going to be
switch your energy around, do something.
That's right. Yeah. And there's going to be varying degrees of this brain fog. You might call it something else, and you can call it what you like. It really doesn't matter. It just means that you're not operating at your best. All right. So, how long can brain fog last? That's the other thing. I'll leave that one for you, Warren. What do you think?
Brain fog can last for any frame of time that you allow it to happen. It can be a whole day. What will happen is that when you go to sleep, that brain fog will disappear, and you will basically refresh your brain and everything like that, regenerate and all those things. So that will then disappear, and that's an opportunity for you when you wake up in the morning to start fresh.
Yeah.
So don't linger on what happened before you went for a sleep. Just forget about what happened, what state you were in before you went for a sleep, and then when you wake up in the morning or whatever time, if you go for a cat nap in the day, wake up and just get focused on what you need to do. And don't linger on what you felt like before, because that will start to revisit you again. And then it becomes more than brain fog, and then it becomes a condition.
Yeah. It can. There's loads of different things it can sort of lead to, but
it depends. If you catch it early, if you notice quickly that you're starting to feel confused, you're starting to feel disorientated about your thoughts and your focus and your attention levels. If you're starting to notice these symptoms quite early, then it depends on you. At the end of the day,
you've got to do something about it. And I think the way I look at brain fog is just a collection of not feeling brilliant, and you can put anything under that, you know. And I think that's how we look at it. And obviously, if you're talking about the length of time, unfortunately, is going to be controlled by you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would say, how long is a piece of string? You know, it's it varies, and it could be a couple of days, could be a couple of hours, could be 20 minutes. Who knows what it is? It could be 3 months or longer. So jump all over it after a little while. Do something about it. Do something nice. You know, get hold of it. It depends on the person and their mindset and what they actually want out of life. So
mindset is huge, isn't it? Because like I touched on, when you wake up in the morning, or if you go for a cat nap and you're thinking about the state that you were in before you went to sleep, that's not going to serve you. And then your mindset is impacted as a result of that. So you're going to continue that same energy going through, and the brain fog, as you say, that brain fog can happen for months, you know, because you're focusing on the way you were before, before you went to sleep. So just think of something positive. Think of a positive energy, for example. You know, you woken up in the morning. That's a prime opportunity to change your energy and to set your day up for the rest of the day, so that, you know, you're kicking that brain fog or whatever the condition may be to the sidelines. And so think of something energetic. Think of a positive emotion, a positive feeling, a positive action or activity, and just put your focus to that. And then
that's right. I mean, most of the time things have got to be positive, but you also have to accept that occasionally things are going to be negative. You're going to feel down, and it's just the way it is at that particular moment. Okay, it will change. It will go away, and you can help it go away. I think that's very, very important. That you control. Maybe you don't control all of it, but you control most of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we don't know the situation that you're in, whatever. So the question is brain fog reversible? Yeah, here's a huge grey area. Okay, and you'll have to answer this yourself. Between normal functioning and the dreaded things like dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that, because there's a big link to this as well with that. It may in fact be reversible. Okay, and and you may need a little bit of help. So is there a test for brain fog? No, not really.
No, I mean, because it's not a condition, is it? It's not
no. You've got to investigate why you're in that position that you're in. But no, there's no one test or anything like that. You could be, what would we be looking at as a nutritional advisor? We'd be looking at overall health. We'd be looking at diet. We'd be looking at current medications. That's a huge one as well.
Medications,
mental health, physical activity, huge.
When you talk about mental health, there is a test that can measure your mental strength. So that is a factor in terms of your mental health, because that gives you indicates the biomarkers that could potentially lead to certain conditions that you touched on, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and so forth.
Yeah.
So by knowing that can also aid you as well. And this is especially if you've been experiencing brain fog for an extended period of time.
Just know this, that there may be unusual and troubling symptoms along the way, maybe that you don't understand initially. And what we would do, we would narrow down the root cause, because in the end of the day, what cause is, you would have to work and narrow them down. Now, if you made a film about brain fog, I came up with the headline. Right? No, Fast and Furious.
I see the title, not
Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious. So is brain fog curable? Here's a question for you.
Yeah,
because it's not medically recognised, but it is common. It is common.
Because there's no medical condition, so there's no cure for it. But there is a solution to brain fog. Yes.
So basically, it's avoidable. Right? Believe it or not, it is avoidable and 100% treatable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cure is typically associated with a medical condition.
Yeah.
So because this is not a medical condition, there's nothing to be cured.
I actually think that if you've got a medical condition, brain fog is sort of, you lump it on yourself and you worry and things like that and doubt and all these types of things. And it becomes this big, heavy load that you want to get rid of. And yes, you can get rid of it. Yeah, you may need help. It depends on the individual. Mm-hmm. Many people experience brain fog. Okay. But it is by no means normal. Okay. But it is common. I know that sounds a bit strange, a bit of an oxymoron, but yeah, it's so is there medication for brain fog?
Yes, meditation.
Yeah, but medication as in pharmaceutical assistance. And I would say no, there isn't. You just got to look at it and know. May want to go and speak to a professional. Okay, it depends on how it affects you. So most people probably can get rid of it themselves, but there are subjects called brain fog and depression, so which can often occur during depressive episodes. So again, it's something else to look at. Now I will, unless I really, really have to, I will never, ever take medications. That's me. Only me. That's my decision. Okay? I could be proved wrong. But that's how I feel at this present time. I don't take anything. I don't want to take anything. But it depends on the person. Right? Now, you could be in remission from brain fog. Okay? And if you work on certain things, you've got to make sure that it really doesn't come back. So it could mean changing your environment. I don't know. It could be changing the people that you mix with, because they could be adding things to it all the time, But depression medications do not improve brain fog symptoms. In fact, they may even make them worse. All right? So very, very important. Now, could be a range of cognitive symptoms which probably we're not going to go into. And they call it pseudo dementia or false dementia. We think you're forgetting things and things like that. So, but experts link it to lots of things, but mainly cognitive symptoms. And if you've got brain fog, it will affect your memory. It will affect your processing speed. So when you're trying to think, what's that person's name? There could be a lot going on in the background. Your attention span is one of the big things it affects. And if you're a high-flying executive, your executive functioning. Okay, you're functioning as a manager, as a leader. So you've just got to be very, very, very careful. So, Warren, what else would you want to add to that? How do you think it's going to affect you?
How do I think it's going to affect me?
Yeah, not you necessarily, but how could it affect human beings?
Well, it impacts upon your ability to perform, and this is I put a post out there on LinkedIn early on about it, and it's like you cannot perform at your optimum as an executive or as an entrepreneur. If you want to perform well in any area of your life, you cannot perform well if you're struggling with symptoms like confusion and stress and depression, perhaps even so. And you're just fatigued. You can't perform at your optimum. You really can't. So this is how it will affect you. And this, if you think about it, there's probably no statistics on it. Most likely there aren't. But if you look at the statistics around things like stress, around things like depression, around things like fatigue, and that in the workspace, people that struggle with these symptoms, it impacts the economy significantly because, but people are not. They're not encouraged to acknowledge it and to say it for what it is. They think, if I'm stressed out or I'm fatigued or I'm confused about stuff, I must get my SHIT together, and I must
get my act together.
Yeah, and that's not right. Yes, you do, but that's not the way to go about it. You got to acknowledge it and say, okay, and this doesn't have to be a big serious thing. It doesn't mean like I say, you don't need to have a pity party about it and go online and say, I have brain fog, guys. You don't need to. It's just
it's really weird. I've mentioned this before. When I was a leader at work in the place in the office, I had a team of people and that. That was the first area I worked on. Forget the work. First thing I did was work on the people and find out what their mindset was, where they were at that particular moment. And if they needed a break, they go and have a break. That comes first before anything. All that type of stuff comes first, because you don't know what each individual person is bringing into the workplace on that particular day.
Yeah,
that they could be really worrying about. And I want people to worry. I wanted people to enjoy themselves at work, and that's what we aim for. So.
Well, also because you have a responsibility to your community, right?
Yeah.
As police officers, not just to yourself and your own safety and health, but to your community too. So, you want to be performing at your optimum whenever possible.
So, here's a question for you. Do you have difficulty? And let me list a few things here, and I've written them down. Remembering information, making decisions, prioritizing tasks, recalling words, recalling names is more one, handling periods of divided attention, that's lack of focus, maintaining clear thought and focus, thinking or responding quickly, learning new skills or information, I wrote it down it wrong here, I don't know what it says. Interpreting information negatively. I'll just work that one out. And the combination of those things is that's what I work with, with some of my people. And, you can smash all this to pieces. Trust me on this, all right? And I've done it, and I've seen other people do it. But if you don't take care of it, what can happen is your attitude can change. Your mindset, you can have low self-esteem. You'll be totally frustrated, and you'll just have a negative perspective on life. So my question is, don't worry about it. Speak to someone. Do something about it.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on it. Don't stay in the bog. All right, get out of it. All that stuff I read was a normal day for me. I'm only joking. It's not. So ditch the TV remote. That's another thing as well. I don't want to watch that crap. I'm sorry, I don't. And that's immediate. You can get rid of that straight away. Sorry, all you Coronation Street, EastEnders, and all that.
Why do you want to see other people having arguments and?
I know. It's all rubbish. Reality TV, all that crap. Get out of it. It's all rubbish. It's not real. You can do some immediate things.
And then you get people that just as a side, just to deviate a little bit. Then you get people that walk down the street, see these actors on the street, and then they abuse and accost them because of their character on television.
Yeah.
It's not real.
What causes brain fog? Now, there are hundreds of things. I just want to pick a few out. Okay. Sleep disorders, pregnancy, menopause, inactivity, chronic stress, medications, heavy metal exposure. Right?
Not this type of heavy metal, the actual.
Yeah, not the music. No, that's fine. That's that. Right. Nutritional deficiency, or a bacterial overgrowth, or overconsumption of sugar. They're just a few things. So that's what I would. That's when I would be looking at that. Those are the types of things I'd be looking at. Give yourself a give your digestive system a rest. Change that up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To do with exercise, move it or lose it.
Mm-hmm.
That's another great little thing. Move it or lose it. Become an efficient sleeper. We've mentioned that already.
Also, sorry, I know you said you got a list to read out, But you said move it or lose it. Also, use it or lose it. It's like your brain.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and
cognitive stuff.
The exercise can be anything you want. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't be dictated to by people. You know, just do what you want. You know, go for a walk, run, dance. I don't know. Do whatever you do. You want some endorphins, good endorphins to be flowing into your system to make you feel good. Right?
Walk down the street naked. Whatever you want.
You can do what you want, but if you're in the UK, you'll probably get arrested. But that's okay. You get a night in the cells, maybe, or a few hours in the cells. You can just relax.
Yeah, you can. That's the opportunity to sleep.
Yeah. So don't forget your fight or flight response. Mix up activity with non-activity. You know, non-activity being meditation and things like that. So feed your brain. Work out what you need to feed your brain with. One of those things is quality omega-3. Which we're in the business of, and but if you need to talk about it, please do. That's all I would say. All right, because there's lots of things goes on in people's lives, and some of them are awful. Don't be on your own. All right, that's one of the worst things. So with that, I'm done.
Yeah,
we've been talking long enough, 31 minutes or so. So anything you want to add at all, Warren?
We don't know. I think we've covered that enough. And just to reiterate, make sure you're talking to somebody about this. If you know that you got brain fog, don't let it linger on. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. We don't need to create an anthill out of a molehill. Yeah, okay. But in the same breath, take heed of the symptoms. If you're picking up on the symptoms, if you've never picked up on the symptoms and you're hearing this conversation, and you're thinking to yourself, hey, hang on a second, there might be something here that I'm experiencing that could be brain fog. Right now, it's just brain fog. Later down the line, it could be something much bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Because what you experience today will inevitably lead to something else. Inevitably, it will do. Doesn't matter what you're experiencing today, it will inevitably lead to something else. So if it's something like brain fog, don't let it linger. Don't let it become an anthill. Take care of it now while it's still manageable, and talk to somebody. Could be your spouse, could be your partner, could be us. But talk to somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. Last thing I'm going to say is the hero is the person that deals with it.
Yes.
The hero isn't the person that sits there and grins and bears it and doesn't do anything about it. Right? That's the hero. The person. Nice ugly picture there. But no, so the person who deals with it is the hero as far as I'm concerned. Someone who can admit it to themselves, maybe admit it to someone else and say they need help. They're the heroes.
Yes.
Right? Anyway, with that, we're going. Have a great rest of the week.
Yes, please do. Have a great rest of the week. Get some rest.
You need us, call. Okay. Speak to you soon. Stay healthy.
Everybody.
Stay healthy and wealthy.
Lovely time. See you next week.
See ya.